Remember those days, those L's, I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, fake game, staying B-side. Breaking the blues over steak, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign. I don't need that energy around me. I just need sun, you're so cloudy. I wake up good, you're so grouchy. Please get from around me. When the truth don't work, you start telling lies. Thought you were down to ride, you weren't down to ride. Caught switching, you were picking sides. Don't blink, caught slipping like a slip and slide. I was shooting dice till I got a nosebleed. Money on the floor, can't get cold feet. Took a L, should've put it in the offering. Lord, forgive me for my sins, don't know of me. Scary thoughts, I got scary thoughts. Lost control, now I'm taking charge. Breaking bills, friends breaking off. You could be the youngest, I'm the dawn. Kiss the ring, nah. In the scene like GOT. Stay away.
You're on mute. You're on mute. Or is my sound then?
We got to stop coming in on mute, right? Okay, welcome to the Tuesday Takeover, gang. Buddha, I see you, girl. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here.
We got
oh, my goodness.
Dolly Bush.
It's Dolly Bush. What's up, sweetheart? I see you. Scrolling through. And, of course, my beautiful host, Vegan Knowledge, my lovely wife. How are you today, baby?
I am good. I am excited to talk about the Tuesday Takeover or talk about that today. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Buddha said, I hear you now. That's all that matters. We can't get it right.
I got me some, I got a snack. I got me some grapes tonight. But
I guess you found them.
I did.
You thought I ate all those grapes?
No, but I know you like the green ones. I used to like green ones so much. And I love them, but I like the red ones better for some reason.
And I like the green ones. Mine's more of a reason because I like the color green.
Man, this fruit, man.
The other ones are healthier.
The fruit makes you want to eat all day long. You like graze when you're eating fruit. We didn't start the fruit fast yet.
I'm almost on one though. I'm all halfway there.
We might as well be because that's all we're pretty much eating. We're juicing and eating a lot of fruit. And it is sugar, but it's natural sugar, which is not the same as the white granulated bleached sugar that is processed and that's no good for you. But natural healthy sugar from fruit is fine. You know,
Dolly, I can hear. Can you guys? Dolly said she can't hear anything, but when I turn my YouTube up on the phone, I hear you. So I think this one might be on her end at first, unless that's a delayed message.
It might be a delayed message. I was originally on mute, Dolly, so that probably is me. But once YouTube catches up, because I was still hearing the theme after I was talking here, I was still hearing the opening song coming on YouTube. So I think YouTube lags. I think it's probably like a good minute behind. I noticed Coaches does that too.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But speaking of Coach, shout out to American Dream Trading.
Who's that?
You know, I don't know that I did this last week, did I?
You did, because we had American Dream Trading in here.
That's right.
A lot of people.
Huh?
You had a lot of fans in here from American Dream Trading.
Yep. Shout out to American Dream Trading. Hopefully everybody over there, or as many people as possible, had a green day. Shout out to Coach. Shout out to Mitch, Pastor, Eric Smoto, David. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to...
Who's Portuguese Stew? What's his real name?
Bruno.
Bruno.
Shout out to Bruno. Bruno was trying to help me this weekend get these indicators on my computer. And as it turns out, my computer is not compatible with the software, but we're working on that. We're working on a workaround. So shout out to Bruno.
Working on a workaround.
Yeah, man. And shout out to everybody over there. Data, all those people over there. Kim, Callie, Nana, love them all.
We love you.
Yeah, man. Eric.
I don't know you, but I love you too.
But yeah, man, it's like if you want to learn American Dream Trading, if you want to know who we are, if you want to know the organization, if you want to know how to learn to trade stocks, go over there, tell them J&J Video React sent you, and Coach will give you a free month instead of, if you want to pay monthly or something like that, which is like $150 a month. He has different memberships, lifetime memberships, but he'll give you a free month if you say J&J Video React sent you, and just to sit in and hear what we do and learn how to trade some stocks. You might find you're pretty good at it and you end up making a living at it. You never know.
Speaking of ADT, Eric Smoto is in the house and Dolly can hear now.
What's up, baby boy?
You know what I suggest too, and I do this sometimes when I can, when I'm on, when the calls aren't busy at work. At 9 o'clock is a good time to go on there because you kind of get to hear the intro, but like, you know what I mean? Just
Coach
because
goes through all his stuff. Yep.
Very hard to like catch on to what's happening. But if you watch like his videos, the free ones, even on YouTube, you start to get and take the advice, and you can kind of get an idea. And I like going on there. I like hearing all the intro, and that way you're kind of seeing what they're talking about a little bit more than just jumping in the middle, because I jump in the middle and I'm confused as heck, but that's okay.
And the cool thing is you can
go full-time trading.
You can go back on YouTube and watch the replay game. He has all of his lives are posted on
really?
YouTube.
You can.
Shout out to Carter. Shout out to Lee. Lee is his social media manager and Carter is his video editor. And I am actually now part of his moderator crew. So yeah, I made it into the moderator crew along with Eric Smoto. And I do a lot of different special edits for them. Like when I get in a zone, I'll just make a funny video or make something that advertises American Dream Trading. And we have a saying, there is only one, if there were one place that you could go and learn all about stock trading, everything in one foul swoop, it would be American Dream Trading. Shout out to the crew.
If she's in a zone, I feel like this girl makes a video like every minute, every
That's
day.
because I love that place, man. Trading in a zone.
You're
I
always
love
in the zone for videos. I loved it. They're like the highlight of my day. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Sometimes I know she's working on them really late at night, and in the morning she'll be like, check this out.
Speaking of which, shout out to the J Crew. Love you guys. Buddha 1000, Dolly Bush, Janetta, Renee Revelinsky. Shout out to everybody. Shay J, Rowe, everybody that comes through. Chandra, KT. Love you all.
They'll be here soon, I think. KT and Janetta. I think they're busy right this minute, maybe, but they will be here. You know, they pop in.
Oh, yeah.
And I want to thank you, Buddha, for jumping over and helping me with my channel too.
Yep, Buddha comes on over and listens to Vegan Knowledge on Monday, and you guys are so awesome. How much support that you have shown me over the past months of me coming in and doing this review. You are here every Tuesday, and I appreciate you, and I love you. J Crew in the house, baby.
I love it. I love hearing your comments too when I'm on here. Like,
is that a Freudian slip of the mouse? Support. I do have the support link in there. It is a link to my link tree, which has the other forms of social media that I'm on: TikTok, Instagram, and you can go follow me there. And also there's a Cash App on there as well, PayPal, Venmo. So if you guys feel so urged to donate to a sister, it would be much appreciated. Not necessary or obligatory, but much appreciated. So anyway,
if there's no fruit growing on that tree, I'm not going to that thing.
Speaking of which,
yes, have a grape. Grapest of all times.
Grapest of all times. Stop it. She's already starting, Buddha. She's already starting. Okay, so let's get into the season. That's what I get for eating while I'm trying to do this. Season recap of 90 Day Fiancé the other way. So it looks like we're at the end, and they gave us a little treat, right? Because it literally rolled right into the TellAll. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. What happened to the other couples? They only showed a few, but I forgot. Last week, Debbie legit dipped out on Osama. That was done. There was no reason to go back and revisit that, right? And with the way Danielle and Johan left it, you're assuming the same thing. Okay. And as well, Rishi and Jen, even though they were on this episode, because Rishi can't seem to let it go. Who'd have thunk it, right? I'm like, Rishi? Not unless, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think Rishi is playing this up? Because he might legit love her.
I think he loves her. I think that he is torn between his culture and doing what he really wants. Kind of like a submit type situation. And I think he's not giving up on it. If he was okay without it, like, well, I don't know, like you said, I don't know if there's ulterior motives, but he would be a great actor if in fact
it was fake, right?
Because he is crying, and I legit feel his emotion when I'm watching. Like,
he is constantly
so torn,
like, crying over this girl, and
Mom and Dad
she has moved on.
Yeah, like, but I think she loves him too. I think she's trying to keep herself strong.
And she admitted that. She said, I'm definitely trying to play. I'm in survival mode, and I'm just trying to cut it off and move forward. But apparently that didn't work because she's still communicating with him. So
you know what she needs? She needs a fan like Debbie.
so
she can make it look like she's moved on.
Osama doesn't love me. He doesn't know what love is.
He's a crazy man. Rishi, Rishi, I said Rishi said, Buddha said, no, Rishi wants her, but unless he can stand up to his family, he needs to leave her alone. Exactly, but this is what needed to happen. She needs to pull free like this, in my opinion, in order to push him to be able to go against and say to his family, look, this is who I love. If you support me, then that's fine, and it's hard for him because of his culture. Buddha said she thinks Jen's been entertaining him. Yeah, like talking to him.
Yeah.
We're singing and dancing. I'm just kidding.
I'm such a perv, man.
Oh my goodness.
Why do I go there?
In her head. Do we know in JJ's
what'd you say about head? All right, let me keep it clean. Because I'm like, entertaining him. How? I know.
I didn't say head. Did I? I don't say anything bad on here.
Don't even.
Don't tell YouTube.
Don't entertain me. Well, but check this out. I believe that he does love her as well. But it's like, I can't wait to see where this goes, because as you can see from the previews of next week's TellAll, they're going to get in his ass. It's like, listen, talk to your parents and tell them what you want. And if not, it's definitely officially over. I mean, what else is there to do? You can't be together. You can't be together.
Her yelling at him, or was that this episode? Because I missed the end of it.
Yeah, she's yelling at him in the next one, right? Right, Buddha? I think she's yelling at, tell your parent, tell him now. Tell him what? I don't know, because it's over. So if they've been talking and thinking about getting back together, then maybe that's what she's yelling about. But yeah, let's get started, man.
Buddha said they're too far for that, JJ.
Right. Yeah.
Well, remember one of the
people
couples,
have cyber
I was
sex,
gonna
man.
say, we've seen that on some of these shows.
Okay, so where is
Oh my goodness. Sorry, everybody.
What happened?
Did you guys see that? Sorry. I had like stuff up on the other computers. I was like, is that what's making my head look light on the top?
Yeah.
It's this right here. Like, I'm trying to get this light not to shine. It's making it look like I have a big shining light on my head. I don't know.
Okay, so we're already on Jen and Rishi. So, so in this episode, Let me see. Let me find my picture. I took the magnifier off because actually I'm thinking about
Why
putting it
don't
back
you give
on.
me access so I can pull your pictures up like you do for me on Meatless Monday, and that way you don't have to struggle with it.
Okay, that's a good idea, but I'm a control freak. You know that.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
You
I
could
am a
give me
control freak, but not like
a
that.
full instructional before and tell me which one. You could just say load picture one
Okay,
now. You could be even
let me
demanding,
guess.
like you have
Nope,
an
that's not
assistant.
it. Oh, here it is. Okay, so basically, she decides to meet up with him in a restaurant and basically put him down with the fact that it is, in fact, over. Okay, stop calling me. Stop, stop texting. You kind of need to get a grip and come to terms with the fact that it's over and we need to move forward without each other. So she gets that message across, but Reese once again is telling the confessional that he can't believe that it's over, and he did go see his astrologer friend, and talked it over. And the astrologer said, "Dude, I told you, and I was kind of waiting for this to happen, but I saw it in the cards all along. You guys were gonna break up. I just didn't want to upset you." But I've been telling you all along, you might want to curb that, desire that she has to tell your parents, because why do you think I kept putting it off? It's not the right time. So I knew this was going to happen. It is not meant for you two to be together, period. So I don't know. She seems to be accepting of it, but Rishi isn't accepting. And I guess he keeps reaching out to her, and it's tugging at her heartstrings if she's still entertaining it. So Sean was like, "Well, I'm interested to see what these conversations have been about, and I don't know about you guys, but I am too." Do you think they're gonna hook back up?
I do. I don't know why I have a good feeling about it. And the thing that I think too is she's just sick of him playing her, and she feels like this is starting the cycle all over again. Like
Yep.
I want to be with you. It's almost like now he's decided I'm just not going to tell my parents and do everything, that I want to do. And it's like where he's got to make a decision. I think he can't continue to play both. It's like here he goes again. So like Buddha said everyone in the preview are telling him to tell his parents, apparently. Jen.
Yeah, they all jump on him. And here's the thing that I'm thinking: Rishi is a grown man. They have different cultures over there. But if his love, he said in the last episode, "I believe that love is stronger. I believe in love more than I believe in astrology."
Yes.
Well, if that be the case, and you believe that you love Jen and you guys are meant to be together regardless of what the stars are saying and the astrologer and your parents, then you need to stand up for her. You need to stand up for your relationship and stop all this crying shit. Okay? And
Tough
stand
love
up and
from
say,
J.J.
"Yeah,
Video Man.
man. This is the woman I love. This is the woman I want to be with. Get over it. And yes, we're moving out. Okay? I will still continue to support you, but we're moving out and we're going to be together. Period. If you really want her that bad, then it's in your hands, dude. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you crying and letting this one and that one tell you which one? Even Jen's like, "Nope, it's over. That's it." He's not even fighting her on it. If you really want her, you got to fucking fight.
It's like he's trying to tell her that he loves her and he doesn't care what his family thinks. But he, in this whole instance, because of how the cultural beliefs are like, hey, if you marry this girl, this is how we want her to be. He kind of has to share that with them. You know what I mean? It's like you're going to have to, but he can do it. I feel like he could do it in such a way that could make it kind of more like if he had set this up right, maybe that's what he's trying to do for 9 months. But he needs to find a way to make both of them work. Like you said, he's going to support the family. He needs to like tell them, look, I can compromise, but I'm not going to be able to follow the traditional, have a kid and I want this person to be my wife. So kind of like, here's how we're going to have to make it work. I'll come here 3 times, or 6 days a
Come in
week
and check
from
on
this
you.
time and
And
work.
I'm sure she wouldn't have a problem with that.
It's like I think part of him though wants to be that good boy that does everything right for his parents too. So it's like his love is tugging it, and he's trying to decide, okay, how important is this to me? Do I want to just move on, and can I go live my normal life now with my parents and not and be regretful?
He's gonna have to grow out of that, because it's kind of like the Nicole Mahmoud thing. You cannot have both your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to. The only way I even remotely see it working is for him to stand up to his parents, say, Jen is the one I want. We're moving out, and I'm gonna still send you money and visit and check on you a few times a week. And she'll come with me, and we can hang out, and then we're taking our asses home. You know what I mean? And I'll continue to make sure that you're financially taken care of. That's the only way that it could possibly work. And it can work in the United States or in India, that very way. You know what I mean? That's the only way it can work, that he can have it both, But is he man enough to stand up and do that and fight for it and actually do that? You know what I mean? And the sad part is, it's all mental. I get it. That's his culture, just like Mahmoud with the Muslim thing, and he can't get by. No, I need you to dress this way. Nah, I get it. That's his culture. That's how he was raised. That's all he knows, But if you love her, just like you're foregoing what the astrologer is saying, then these are the steps and the compromises that you're going to have to make in order to have that relationship. And if you're not willing to do that, then you got to let this girl go. Stop communicating with her,
I think, and Dolly said Rishi don't want to let her go. Yeah,
that's
so true. But he doesn't want to make those necessary changes in his family structure either.
And he can't have it both ways. You gotta do something.
Let her go. I think too. He
and she's run out of patience.
Yes.
So that's forcing his hand now, and he don't know how to deal with that. I think he thinks if he keeps crying, she's going to give in. And be on a string for another 3 years.
She's too much older to continue to hang on to this.
Yeah, Jen's done.
She's like, okay, if it's not going to work in the future, I need to go move on and find my future, not keep dragging this on another 10 years and no marriage.
Exactly, because she's not getting any younger, and her childbearing age is over, so she's ready to just go ahead and live her best life, and she's doing it 20 years before Debbie. You know what I mean? Yeah. She's like Debbie 20 years younger, and she's trying to hurry up and go ahead and get her Osama thing happening now. She don't want to be Debbie. You know what I mean? So it's like, Osama, I don't have a whole lot of time here, but this has been 3 years. You haven't made a decision and stood up to your family by now. We can't do it another 3. So I don't know.
Buddha's comment that what do you think of Buddha's comment? He said, she said Rishi needs to come to the US. I think that too. I think he might want to do that too. It's like, will he be, maybe his parents, if he kind of puts it like that, like, I'm going to be able to make more money and send it home. Maybe he can compromise that way. That's a really good idea. And, go to US with her then. Yeah. Those families would love that. Make everyone happy that way. And then not only that, they don't have to deal with the ridicule of the age difference. Because the family will out of sight. Right. You know what I mean? They took their love and there and do that weird stuff. Yeah. So that is Jen and Rishi. I was going to say Rishi Cup. Jen and Rishi Cup. He's going to find too that people, I think his family will eventually, if he stands up for that and does it, at some point they'll have to, start to come around and compromise. His family seems strict, but I don't feel like they're as strict as Sumit's parents. I feel like at some point they would come around, and I could be wrong because I thought that about his family. Right. All right. So next couple we have is Osama and Debbie. I can't stand him. That's all I can say. I'm like him and these crazy, weird lies. Debbie and Osama. I can't even stand that Gabe even entertained that he was really legit and loved her. I'm like, what was he thinking? Did he watch the show how he rearranged what he was saying? I do love Gabe, but he had that one wrong. I love the sun. Oh, I can't stop. It's just great.
So they picked up on Debbie and Osama's story at the TellAll, and Julian, her son, crashes the TellAll and basically reads Osama the riot act. Okay. And I told you, what have I been telling you guys for the past 3-4 weeks? That this guy wants to put his size 16 or 14 or 12 or whatever he's wearing up Osama's ass. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay. He wants him to come over here because he wants to beat on that ass. And Debbie's like, okay, I'm not entertaining Osama. I'm not answering his calls. I'm not answering his text messages. And then Osama, and you guys let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Do you think Osama really loves Debbie, or is he still just trying to get the green card? You know, because now he's trying to make it seem like he loves her, and he's sitting there with this sad look on his face, and he's on her, but he is harassing her. Apparently 60 text messages.
He's crazy. And Debbie, Buddha said, Debbie was, are you ready for this one? This is going to hold on to your chair. Debbie was looking like a cute old bottle of Pepto-Bismol.
Hey, Deb, oh my God, Buddha. I was eating
great.
Great. I was in the great. You could choke me doing that.
I told you, I prepared you this time. I didn't just throw it out there. And Debbie's, oh my gosh, right, Dolly? That was so embarrassing. He told his son said, "Get your teeth fixed, man." And,
I know.
I do love her outfit too, Buddha. Buddha said she loves it. And I was like, when she walked in there, like she was like, oh my God, it looked like she got, like, you know, when you're like 6 years old and you get like you dress up. It looked like one of those outfits. Well, I never dressed like that, but I guess normal.
You didn't dress with the pink.
No, it wasn't a pink. Wasn't a pink.
Oh my God.
Oh no, so crazy. Dolly said he does not love Debbie. He missed that green card. Exactly.
That's all that was. That's all that is.
And what is all this? He was like, I will not get job. You don't understand my artwork. It's so funny. That exchange between him and the son, like, luckily there was a TV screen there, or he may have ended up losing his
He's like,
job.
You don't mess with somebody's mama. Look at the son. He is salivating. He just wants to literally beat the shit out of Osama. You can tell.
And you can tell he really cares. Like, he's really sweet to his mom, too.
Oh, yeah. That's her baby boy right there, dude.
Yeah, he was like, is that true, Mom? It's like, dude, I know the whole story, what you did to her. She wouldn't have packed up her shit and moved over there, sorry. And then not to only to say, oh, it's just up in the air. It's not really sure if we're going to do it. Like, she literally thought she was moving there. So I feel like Osama definitely made her feel that security.
So that's what Debbie looked like when she was younger. Because, you know, daughters tend to look like their fathers and sons tend to look a lot like their moms. Look at his profile.
She had a beard? I'm just kidding.
But if you look at his eyes and his mouth, because he looks just like Debbie. He really does. That's what she looked like when she was younger. Like, you can see her face in there.
Yeah, see their like nose and everything.
Yep, you can see the younger Debbie in his face. That's pretty wild. I'm deep like that, y'all. Sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, Osama is definitely dealing with. I mean, seriously, he can get like seriously into some harassment shit because he needs to leave this woman alone. She doesn't want him. He's already burned that bridge. And now he's even saying on the tell-all, I don't love her. Well, then he said on the tell-all, he couldn't even make up his mind on the tell-all because he's like, yeah, I do still love her. And then he was like, no, I don't love Debbie anymore. Yeah, but yeah, I did send her text messages. Sean's like, well, do you love her? No, I don't love her. Okay, you sent her text messages telling her you love her. Do you love her?
10,000 text messages.
Right. It's like, which one is it?
And he's trying to manipulate her, and she's not going for that. Like, she's too smart for that, is
That's
what I'm
done.
thinking. He is trying to say, I love you and this and that, and she looks disconnected. Like, dude, no.
She is disconnected. She has made up her mind that Osama's a scammer. That's all he wanted from the jump. And she's 67 years old, not 27. If she was younger and a lot more gullible and had a bunch of time to waste, she might go for that.
What is with him? He can't even manipulate right, though. These lies, like, right, one and like over and over, like, it's like, okay, you already said that you didn't tell her that you wanted to come to the US because you were afraid she wouldn't show up or something, and then you said that no, it was the plan all along that you were gonna go to
Who
the
called him
US.
a robot? Rishi?
Rishi, and I think it was Rishi, and then he ended up saying, "Okay, I do love her. No, I don't love her. I didn't tell her that. No, I did text her. I don't remember." Like, they, he's just, and then all over the place. And then what about Johan? Can we entertain that? What in the world was he doing, saying, yeah, you need to help the guy out? His situation was totally different than Osama. He's trying to lump them together. Like, Debbie never told him that he was coming to the US.
I saved that picture just for that conversation. What the hell was that all about? I'm like, first of all, and somebody yelled out, okay, because we're not all a bunch of nonprofits.
Is it the language
Exactly.
barrier? Did he not get that whole situation? Like, what happened?
It's like, Johan, no, sweetie, that's not how it works. Okay, why don't you help him? Why don't you bring him over to the US? Because she's not an immigration officer, because it's not her job to save his country and bring over everybody that wants to come over here for a green card. Hello, it has to be love involved. It has to be
Basically, right.
a real relationship. It's not, she's not just, oh, just help him anyway. No, Sama, Johan, get a life, get a new wife. Okay.
Osama did to her what Danielle did to him. He's got it backwards. Like, Debbie's the victim in that one, and you potentially, kind of from what you were told, are the victim.
And Gabe clued everybody in. Gabe was like, well, she could have been using him for a Moroccan visa. Oh, like Danielle used Johan, maybe? Because that's exactly what she did. She used him for a Dominican visa so she could get out of the States. So, and I think he's pretty bitter about that. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why he came off the Debbie. He's taking out on Debbie what he wants to say to Danielle.
Right.
Well, why don't you let him come over there? It's not the same situation. You guys got married with the intention on doing that. He lied to her and told her he wanted to marry her and didn't tell her that he wanted to come to the States for a visa and all of that crap. And then furthermore, he's not even making it out like he wants to come to the States to be with her. He wants to come to the States to draw and paint and shit, and try to make money being an artist, a starving artist. Let's put up the quote, starving. Okay. Artists don't make money like that in the States. And especially now that there's social media. Back in the day, it's like, if you become a recording artist, if you have paintings and things like that, you have to worry about your shit being out on the net and somebody just getting it for free. People don't make money like that in art like they did back in the day because it's easily accessible. You know what I mean?
It's like he's ready to become like
for free
Van Gogh or one of those guys. Like,
the days of those guys
his way there
are over. You know what I mean?
Like,
unfortunately,
you gotta find people that are interested in it or build a following.
And if he builds a following, and here's the thing: you don't need to be in the U.S. to do that. If you build a following on social media is worldwide. You can still sell your art. You don't need to move to the United States to sell your art.
Right.
Somebody needs to put him down with that, Stop being lazy. Put that shit out on social media. Get yourself a following. Put your stuff out. And if anybody likes it, they will buy it. and you have to leave your family.
Exactly. That makes a lot of sense. But he's thinking of things one way.
No wonder Debbie likes him. He's an old soul.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But when Julian told him to go take a trip to the dentist and get himself together, that was below the belt.
Yeah, definitely. It didn't have anything to do with, looks at that
Yeah.
point. But what about
Debbie
what's
trying to
his
hook him
name?
up with Jen?
Yeah, and then I was just thinking too, remember when was it Mahmoud, he said to him, he was like something like, he said, I don't know how much older, or she looks older. And he said it because
He
of the
wants
language.
something for her. He
Yeah,
wants
like
something
it
for
was
I think he
funny hearing
wants
him
something from her.
describe it.
I don't know how she old is from him, but
It looked like a lot or something. He said,
right.
Buddha said, oh, let me catch up on these real quick. You got comments flowing in on when we start talking about Johan. I think Buddha said, I was laughing my butt off when Debbie was trying to play matchmaker with Julian and Jen. You said
Right.
so cute, she said. And Buddha said, who texts someone over 60 times to say, leave me alone? Not you. Dolly said, Osama better be glad he's on that screen instead of facing Debbie's son. Exactly. Buddha said, I
And
wanted
not
him
in
to
person.
be there, Dolly. Wanted to see Osama run off. And Dolly said, I think he would run. I think he would.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You see how much beefcake the son's got on him? Come on now. Osama cannot mess with that. And he's a cop. He'll find a way to put him in a pine
They have
box
a
real
weapon.
quick and not even get in trouble for it. Okay,
Right.
let's keep it real. Okay. So you don't want to be messing with. You don't want to be messing with that. Trust me, right now, Osama, looking at her son, probably doesn't want to come over to the United States, not with Debbie, because he sees he's got an ass whipping waiting for him if he does.
Something
He
needs to
target somebody else.
Poetic and all this and that, but something is not right there. He's not in reality. Like when he's not even acknowledging or mentioning that, I'm sorry, I know this looks bad. Like he's just,
which is why they made a good couple.
Like I can say anything I want, whatever, they don't know. It's like, but your lies are like, it's obvious.
But she's out there. She's not as out there as he is.
But that is surprising. Like I thought that's why it might be true, because of how, eccentric or whatever.
I see why they meshed and why they got along and why it could have possibly worked. But he's that disconnected. Something is not right with him. He's that disconnected. You know what? He's socially inadequate.
Yes.
He may even be autistic
or something is going on. And there's so many different versions of mental illness, but he is definitely,
he may have a slight touch of autism, because autistic people tend to, the people on the spectrum, they tend to have a little bit of that social awkwardness,
anxiety,
and social anxiety and things like that. So tend to be very intelligent though. Mm-hmm. And here's the thing, I get all of that from Osama. So, and he obviously is very awkward in front of people. He literally, no wonder Rishi called him a robot. He looked like he was frozen the whole time. The way he was just sitting there, he looked like he was frozen. Like it terrified him. He didn't seem afraid, but he inside might have been terrified to be there with all of those people. Mm-hmm. And he spends a lot of time alone. And Debbie trying to talk to him basically got on his nerves. That's another thing. Remember Nick, the guy that used to work for us? Mm-hmm. He would get agitated really quick.
Yeah. And you know what I was thinking? I remember saying when he said in one of the previews, like where they introduced them before they met, when he said, I like cats because they don't talk, I was like, this is going to be an issue. I was like, when I saw how Debbie was so like,
animated,
when they were on text and things and on social media, he could get away from her and only deal with her like kind of at certain points, but when it was like all the time, I think at some point she kind of started to get on his nerves. You could see, especially when he was painting that picture, he was like, this is time to paint, shut up or something. You're not talking right now, Debbie.
Which is a telltale sign that something's not right there. He's socially awkward. You know what I mean? You don't just shut people down like that. And she said it would happen at night and all of that. I mean, he could be bipolar. Who knows? Something is there's a hormonal imbalance going on with him.
Yeah, not that we all don't have something. I got a lot of weird stuff with me, but I mean, him to flat out just lie and not even acknowledge or not even say, like,
and the fact that the sister has to explain to him how to act.
Yeah,
that's something's not right there. So Debbie is
like,
dodging a bullet. She's better off without him.
In 2 different sentences on the same tell-all. Do
What?
you love her? No, I'm calling to tell her it's over. Did you send a text that you love her? I don't remember. It's like he was on trial or something. Like, you don't remember.
Right.
I'm
not going to incriminate myself.
Buddha said Julian looked like he wanted to kick the rest of them out of the way. Oh, out of his teeth out.
Talk about the mouth.
He wants to go Sama Gelp real big, like Goofy. And Shonda, hey, what's going on? She said, hey, ladies, sorry I'm late. You are on time.
Hey, Shonda. Welcome. It don't matter what time you come in, sweetheart. We're glad to have you.
Definitely. Thank you.
Did I speak you up? I mention you every week, and we got you in here this week. This is so awesome. Welcome. Yeah, man. What do you guys think in the comment about Julian and Jen hooking up? Because what is with the sons hooking up with other castmates' mothers and things like that? Remember Kim?
Yes.
Son Jamal hooking up with Veronica.
Well,
the sons are getting a piece of the action here.
That doesn't look like her type if Rishi is her type.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think so.
He's too, like, kind of like normal and up, like.
But family members tend to become
normal, but not model like.
Yeah, family members are taking over too. Notice that what happened with Debbie and Colt. Colt started out as a main character, and Debbie was just a side character in his story, and she ended up taking over and becoming a main character, and then Colt became the side character in her story. People followed Debbie more than they followed Colt.
That's a good point. Wow.
Yeah, she just was on there supporting him, and she ended up getting into single life and becoming a part of the cast just as much as Colt, if not more. She's been in more seasons than Colt has now, damn near.
I got one for you. What about the family Chantel?
Well, you know what, guys, man, what is going on with this doctor on Love in Paradise? They are really trying to emulate and reproduce another Pedro and Chantel in this couple. What's the guy's name? Valentine? First off, she's got 2 things going on this in common with the other cast members. She's in the Dominican Republic, like Lydia and her thing. And she's got somebody named Valentine, and there's another cast member named Valentine. And Valentine or whatever. One of them's Valentine, one of them's Valentine. I think Valentine is the one with the doctor.
Or Valentino? Is it
Valentine?
Oh, I need to watch that more because I'm really kind of behind on that. I need to catch up on this one.
She got dough though, dude.
Well,
she has got dough. I mean, come on. She's a doctor and a lawyer, and she owns businesses, and she owns gyms. I'm like, come on. This chick has got it going on, and she has got herself a trophy husband.
Yeah.
So that's all.
I think she's okay with it. That's what you were saying, right? In your opinion.
Speaking of which, let's talk about Danielle and Johan. I thought I had that.
Shonda, congratulations to your daughter. She said she graduated college on Saturday. Great job.
Congrats. Way to get that thing. She got that piece of paper. I know that's right. What did she major in? We got Danielle.
90 Day Fiancé? Will she come on as
she majored in 90 Day Fiancé?
Okay.
Reality television? Broadcasting?
Right? That would be cool. And so Buddha said, or Dolly said, Buddha, did you see Gabe's face when Debbie's son told him about the dentist? And he was like, oh, His face
Gabe was like
hilarious. Dawn said Gabe was the Jabri of this season, didn't you?
You noticed something, right? You noticed they assigned somebody to be the designated asshole on all these tell-alls. It was Ed. It was Jabri. Okay. It was Andre when he was on there. Yeah. He was picking at everybody. You know what I'm saying? They picked somebody to be the designated asshole.
He's just the DA. The designated asshole.
Just to keep it interesting, right? And it's Gabe picking on everybody on this season, on this one. So it's like, I don't know, man. But this here, I don't know. What do you guys think in the comment section? Is this marriage gonna last or what? Are they gonna hook back up? Me personally, I don't think so. Even Danielle said they're technically married, but I guess romantically and relationshiply, they're not. But they still are on paper.
Answered you and said, ain't no way in heck she's gonna stay in the DR. And Shonda said mathematics. Oh, that's cool.
Okay, cool. So she can take that places, you know. She can be an accountant, she can be a scientist, engineer, I mean, a teacher. She can go a lot of places with mathematics, you know what I mean? Chemist, and all kinds of stuff. So that's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's exciting.
Johan, I think, is hell hath no fury, right? Like a woman scorned. But hell hath no fury like a scorned Johan. I think Johan is done with Danielle. And I hate to say it, okay? But you heard it here on J&J Video Reacts. I knew this marriage was not going to last. I knew Johan would get fed up with Danielle's bullshit and he would roll out. Did I not say that? That Johan was going to be done with this shit.
It was based on a lie. You know, whether he was manipulating her or not, it still was her saying, we're going to live here. I'm going to get your visa. And then she kind of like okey doked him and went there and didn't tell him. Kind of like what
she manipulated him.
And
she emasculates him.
Yeah. And like we had this discussion last week. Also, you know, we understand that he's kind of dominating as well, like, and his cultural, his beliefs anyway. He, you know, but it's like, I feel like because the whole thing was foundation on like that lie, I feel like he's never completely trusted her. And then it just kept getting worse. Oh, now you want to go see your ex after you lied to me. You know, it just, I feel like in his mind, he keeps trying to get past it, but I feel like that's that underlying deceit that he felt when she changed things on them is carrying over into their relationship. I don't know if anybody else thinks that. Oh, Chanda said she's gonna be an engineer, and Buddha said Danielle and Johan won't last, and Chanda said Johan deserves much better. Yeah,
he really does. I feel bad for Johan in this instance because he wasn't. I don't think he was using Danielle for a green card as much as he loved her, but she just happened to come with a green card. You know what I mean?
So he got hopes up for it.
Exactly. You know, and that was a way for him to help his family. And she knew that. She knew that once he was in the States, that him working, and that's another thing. Danielle is very selfish. There was no way she was going to share Johan's paycheck with his family. You know that? She wasn't going to probably allow him to send but so much because she was going to probably try to work him after a while. No doubt, as shady as Danielle is, she would have gotten him under the table work. I remember Buddha being in here talking about, what were we talking about one time, Buddha, that somebody could come to the States, they could work under the table. I can't remember who we were talking about. But
he's too tall for that, though. How's he going to get down under the table?
You got me on that one. But yeah, we were saying that somebody could come to the States and work under the table if they wanted to. Maybe I can't remember if it was oh man,
was it Pedro or
no? It was somebody.
I know who you're talking about. I don't know for sure, but I remember.
Was it Hamza? It might have been Hamza or somebody, but they could come over to the States and work under the table. I think the girl that he was with, I can't even remember her name now. She got on my nerves so much. but talking about, him, somebody. But either way, Johan, there's a way that Danielle would probably find him work.
Mm-hmm.
He could probably wait tables in like a dive bar or something and get paid cash or under the table some kind of way. She would have put his ass to work had he come to the States, no doubt. And she would be taking that money and controlling how much he sends home if she allowed him to send any. But see, that's the thing, and that's what I love about Johan. He stood up to Danielle, and Danielle didn't like that.
I
So
mean,
she's like, done. He's damaged goods. I can't control him. I don't want him anymore.
I was gonna say too, that I feel like her control that she had over him was also lost. Like he probably put up with a little bit more of the talking down to him and stuff, honestly, because and she knew that too, because she likes keeping that upper hand. Like I'm bringing you to the U.S., so I can kind of talk to you how I want, and I'm going to do what I want, and you need to just accept it. But when that didn't get as part of the plan, like eventually he may have gotten tired of that too. But early on, like this, that's why I feel like he's gotten a little more and more fed up because she doesn't have what he wants basically now all the way. Like he loves her, I think, but
he's like, okay, you didn't bring me to the States and you're bitchy and you're doing the most. You're going around with your ex. Okay, hell no, I'm not putting up with this. You have a good point there, sweetie. You're not even making it worth my time to put up with this because you're not even taking me to the States. Oh hell, I'm out. I'm not dealing with you. Why do I have to deal with you? What am I at this point? Yeah, let me be selfish now. What am I getting out of it?
Yeah.
Not a damn thing. So guess what? It's over,
Chanda said he would probably have sent money home without her knowing, like Pedro did. That's true. That's very true.
Good point. I don't know though. You see how controlling she is? She would have been all up in that paycheck, Chandra. It's like, okay, how much is this business earning? Where are you getting that money from? Well, where are you get? She would have been all up in it. Let me see your paycheck. Johan, let me see. What's the problem? Let me see the
Yeah, like you don't know what you're doing.
She would have been
like,
all up in that check. Okay, there's no way he would have gotten away with that. He would have tried. He would have literally had to work under the table in order to be able to do that. But then,
under there.
Yeah, she would be taking him to get the Western Union or whatever he needed to do. So she would find a way to be all up in that and try to control that. But again, that would have ended up pissing him off. And eventually that wouldn't have worked either. Because Johan is not going to be controlled. Come on. The guy told him, what did the Maharishi guy tell him? He had a crown on his head when he was born. He's a king. Okay. Yeah. And that did something to his ego a little bit, but you can tell the way Johan carries himself that he knows he is a king. You know what I'm saying? And he's very dignified. He doesn't really raise his voice. Has he ever raised his voice to Danielle? No.
I don't think I remember him. He's very
not even when he was pissed off. He did. So he carries himself in a very classy way. And he's got the height, he's got the attractiveness to him. He doesn't need Danielle, and he knows that. So I think he's come to terms with that, and he's kind of broken off from her, and she doesn't like that.
No, she's lost that. You hearing that too?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, that's why my face looked like that, because it sounded like someone walking like in our house, but I think it's downstairs. I hope, because we don't have anyone else here.
Okay, well, you know what? We're not gonna play that game. You go ahead and deal with
I'm gonna read the comments for a second. I'm gonna have to tell you again when you return though. Buddha said, I'm shocked it's gonna be by Jen's friends, or gonna be Jen's friends who tells her the emasculate part that in the previous. Oh, really? Okay. And then I can't wait to hear that. Shonda said, oh, that's right. I must have missed that one earlier, because then the part about the sending money home. Another thing, or Buddha said, another YouTuber mentioned mentions women like Danielle dangle the visa like a carrot. Exactly. And they tend to be a little, and this could happen on both ends too. Whoever's the person that kind of has that visa over their head, I feel like they're very disrespectful sometimes. Shonda said, I wish Chantel had done that. Right. She definitely
We're
should have.
good.
I mean, control the money more so she could get a handle on things before it got to that point.
Yep. Cool
Oh,
beans.
Buddha
What?
said,
What am I
I'm shocked it's going to be Jen's friends who tells her the emasculate part in the preview. Jen's
Yeah.
friends are just giving the news out everywhere, right?
Jen's friends are going to tell Danielle about that?
I think that's what she was saying.
Dude,
yeah.
What's up with Jen's friends? Maybe that needs to be the name of their podcast, Jen's Friends.
Or what did she call herself? The interventionist or something?
Yeah. I mean, I think these girls are bucking for a show. What do you guys think?
She could have an app that, like, for people from other cultures that need to tell their parents that they're getting
Or what's
married.
her name? What's her name? Do we know her name?
I don't even remember her name.
They said her name at some point throughout the season. Ask Robin or whatever. You know what I mean? You could like literally, wait a minute. That's a business right there. Dude, if she could do a cameo.
Mm-hmm.
Like breaking news to people for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She could have her own little cameo like channel where people could say, hey, listen, I got this problem. I don't know how to tell this person. Can you tell them for me?
You know,
Oh my God, I just came up with a
remember
business
the
idea.
friend?
I shouldn't have said that out loud.
There was a friend. That's a good idea. Remember
I come
the
up with a
friend that was
gazillion of
on
them.
the TellAlls like 2 times, and they brought him in the next time. I can't remember whose friend it was, but he was really funny and gave his opinion. And he came in on satellite one time, and then I think the next tell-all, it wasn't even his season, but it
If
wasn't.
any of you take that business idea and run with it, I want some royalties. Anyway, go ahead.
Copyright here.
Yeah, it said here first. It's already copywritten by just happenstance by it being live. Ah, yeah. I'm kidding. I don't care. Let's go. Let's be partners. Go ahead, baby. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was just couldn't remember his name. Do you guys remember that? If you remember in the chat, it was like probably like 4, 5, 6, maybe even seasons where somebody's friend was really funny and gave like really opinionated things about their relationship. And then they brought him in the second one, like, I can't remember, like the next season. He had like curly hair. And I'm like, which couple was that? It was like the guy's best friend, or maybe the girl's best friend.
Alina and Caleb.
Okay.
About the gay guy?
I think it was.
With
Maybe
the red
it was
hair and all of that. Yeah, he got kind of a big following because he was all on Caleb and all up in the middle of their relationship.
You got a good memory. Buddha said, I learned Jen's friend Randy.
Randy.
Millionaire.
I knew
She's a millionaire.
Huh?
No wonder she carries herself like that. She's a millionaire.
Wow. Cool beans.
She's doing some interventions, boy. I need to become an intervention.
Getting an intervention at the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's pretty cool. We're gonna know what that's like pretty soon.
Debbie should sell fans.
I know she would be good at
fans.
that. She should do OnlyFans. Ah,
yes. Fans only. I love it.
I don't think anybody would look at Debbie though. OnlyFans for seniors.
No, I meant just the fan.
I know.
It
was a play on words though.
I know. It was good.
Debbie do OnlyFans. It'd be this kind of fan.
Mm-hmm.
only hand fans.
If only there was one place.
Where'd you get that from?
I heard it somewhere on this cool group that somebody's part of that trade stocks.
So Nicole and Mahmoud. Why Gabe chose to really rip into Mahmoud. I don't know. Maybe I think there's a feminist that's still buried deep within Gabe. What do you guys think?
Definitely.
You know, because let's not forget, do we even know how old Gabe is? Have they even said how old Gabe is? All we know is that Gabe has been a man for 10 years, but how long was he a woman?
I feel like he's in his 30s, early
30s, so he was a woman probably about 20 years.
Maybe I'm wrong. He might even be late 20s. I'm not sure. Maybe our insiders here in the chat know.
I don't get 20s. I definitely get 30s.
Okay, because
He has an older look to him.
Sometimes.
Yeah, he has an older look. He looks slightly, was it just me, or did he look more female on the tell-all? Like his face had thinned out and he looked more like you could see the female version of him a little bit better. I don't know if it's because the beard was kind of shaven off a little bit, or he had lost some of that thickness that he had during the season. His face looked thinned out. I could see, like, where the woman would come in there. But that was a slick ass.
I know that tattoo on the head.
Yeah, man, on the head right there. How about Gabe being a ladies' man?
Right.
I'm like, what? Go, Gabe. Yeah, chicks are drawn to him. It's like, all right.
Yeah, I think that I completely it's like, okay, if you have an opinion, but if you don't look at the whole story of what went on with them. And Buddha said, are you talking about the black dude from Richmond's brother who's in the Philippines now? You know what? I'm just going to have to look it up because I got someone in my mind, and it was sort of like, I don't think it was like a white guy. He was like kind of chubby. Maybe was that guy's hair red? I'll try to come up with it by next week. That maybe it's the one you were talking about. Chanda said, I think Gabe crossed the line when talking about forcing religion. I raised my kids Christian and wouldn't have it any other way. Right. And Buddha said, Randy used to work in that line of work a long time ago and made bank. Okay.
What line of work? Intervening or what was said?
Pole dancing? No. Yeah, I'm with you because Shonda, I think they're confusing this with somebody who, I was saying this to Dawn. They got together and they used to go out and party all the time, and she could wear whatever he wants. Then they got married and he locks her in the house and won't let her go out, won't let her talk to anybody. It wasn't like that switcheroo with Mahmoud. She said, I agree to all your cultural values. In fact, I'll convert to your religion.
Tell me that don't look like Prince on that picture.
Prince, yes. And who does she look like? She even looks like somebody. What about Gabe thinking her hair was
like an Egyptian? Married to an Egyptian.
What's Egyptian, like with the necklace? Like it was some kind of.
I know she kind of is doing a Cleopatra thing, right?
Yeah, is that where I'm thinking of?
And Cleopatra was from Egypt, right?
No disrespect if that's not an Egyptian outfit. I need to get my facts in order.
Okay, so right here we got Mahmoud sitting there listening to the questions and being badgered by Gabe. And somebody says down the line, you got all this stuff to say to Mahmoud, but you couldn't stand up to your sister. I think that was fair to call Gabe out.
Did Gabe say that too?
What?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Somebody said that to Gabe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed that part. Good.
Yeah, it's like you can do all this calling out of Mahmoud and drive him to the point. Look, and poor Mahmoud's taking all his shit off. He's like, I don't want to talk anymore. I'm done. I'm done. Speaking of which, got a picture of the tattoo.
I know.
I'm done. What is that?
It's a compass.
Wow.
I think, and I see the east. Am I right? Yeah, it's really one of those cool looking. I've never seen anybody have a tattoo of that. I guess it's up to him which direction he wants to go. Maybe that's what it signifies.
Yep. Which direction he found it though. But you see what I mean about the female face thing?
Mm-hmm. But I still think
with the mustache being cut off.
Yes, I see what you're saying now.
You can kind of see a little bit of it. But yeah, he really was in rare form because normally Gabe is not confrontational.
Right.
He has not been confrontational this entire season. That's how I know that they put him up to that, or he was the designated person that was told to do that. So he felt comfortable doing it because he knew nobody was really gonna fight him, or the fights weren't real. You know what I mean? It's like
Right.
whatever you have to do, just say what you need to say to agitate him or to call him out.
Remember Colt on that one right after him and Larissa got divorced and she had that other dude on there? He was the guy on that season. He came out like angry, like I had never seen, like, you know,
Yeah.
him even talk or stand up, and he was just mad at everybody. It was one, him and his mom were still, you know, buddy buddy, and she was sitting there with him. And Larissa, I remember, had that guy, her new boyfriend. I think she might
Yeah.
be with him, and he was like,
And
"Get
Cole
him
ran
out of
in the
here!
back
I'm
and
leaving."
like hummed a bottle of water across the room.
Yeah, I was like, he was the crazed, angry person then. And I think, do you think Gabe's still hurt from his sister not coming to the wedding, and that's why all this anger he has? Yes.
Yeah, I think it's staged. I think it's staged for him to kind of get in everybody's head because every time Big Ed's on there, he's the one that's designated to get in everybody's grill. But I definitely think there's some hurt going on there, and that surprised me. Didn't it surprise you? And what do you guys think in the comments? I thought Monica was going to show up at the wedding.
I did. You know, I did. You already knew my reaction. I could not believe that she didn't come walking in there. I almost pictured it in my head, the little smile coming across her face.
Yeah, like
I
I'm
was so
sorry,
weird.
I shouldn't have been so selfish, and it is your day, and Isabel, I hope you're not mad, blah blah blah. But that chick legit meant what she said, and she did not show. How selfish is that?
It made it about her, and I thought it was really selfish. And not only that, she flew all the way to
For nothing.
another country and then didn't go to the wedding. Like, what? How could she have sat there? She was that mad over a little, you know, it's something deeper that's going on with her. And I think she's upset that, I don't know if it's that he's on TV, he's moving to another country, you know, something
Right.
deeper.
There may be a sibling rivalry going on there, and she feels like Gabe is upstaging her because he became a man, he did that, and now he's famous, now he's married, everything's going his way, and she might have a bout of jealousy going on. Who knows?
True, maybe so. I'm going to read some of your comments here if you don't mind. We've got
Thank you for that.
no problem. I like doing it. I like reading these. Buddha said, I'm not religious, neither is my kiddo, but I don't knock people who are. And Shonda said, Gabe talked about letting children choose their religion, and then Mahmoud said he would force Islam on them, and that's not fair. Yes, that's true too. And I think Gabe.
No, he said he would let him make a choice. He said he would teach him how to be Muslim.
Oh,
But
okay.
he wouldn't make them, he would allow them to make their own choice, but he would inform them of Muslim ways and the culture so that they would be able to make a decision based on knowing everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think people, you know, parents tend to do that. I mean, if you feel one way about religion and politics, you kind of educate your kids to do that. And then, like you said, there's the extreme that get, you know, that won't let them choose, and at some point they're going to be out on their own and they're going to be able to choose. But you, at least they instill those values and things
But
that they feel are
yeah,
good for them. And some people, I guess, that are really into religion do feel like it's the only way
but
to
keep
do.
it real though. What do
Yeah,
you guys think about? There's no way he's going to teach a child how to be Muslim and not expect them to be
yeah,
Muslim. Okay, why would you even bother going through all of that? Why would you not wait for the child to decide first and then, okay, you decide you want to be Muslim? Okay, let me show you Muslim ways. It's backwards to show them, if they have no interest in it whatsoever.
yeah. And Dolly said, "What is Monica's problem?" And Buddha said, "I think Gabe projected because he felt that way." Right, that's true. Like he felt that way before, or you mean I was saying he felt bad about his sister, but I think she meant that he felt he I felt that way. Choose my own path and don't be bothered about others, Buddha said. And hey, how you
Yeah.
doing, Teodoro Garcia? Welcome, welcome. Is that ADT?
Teodoro Garcia. Lolo? Because Lolo's last name is Garcia.
Oh yes, you can call her. J&J Video, where are you at? Not sure if I can call you by your real name here on the live. This is
Yeah.
Lolo. Okay, hi Lolo. I
Okay,
hear your
yeah.
name
Hey,
all the
hey,
time.
Lolo. What's up, babe? Wow, we got
My name is
ADT in
Sheila.
the
Just kidding.
house. ADT stopping through. Yeah, baby,
Woo!
baby.
ADT.
Oh man, talk about knowing stocks. And you thought Eric Smoda was good. David was good. Lolo is also one of the gurus over there. He's also a moderator, and there's only a handful of us, and Lolo is one of them. And it's Lolo. I appreciate you, bro, too. Coming on in the mornings. I've been like waking up late, but he will get up at the crack of dawn, and that's one of the beautiful things about being a member is you can get on this Zoom call as early as 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. And you got people like Lolo on there just talking to you, telling you things to look at, telling you not only stocks to look at, but why to look at them and how to play them, and giving you homework, giving you assignments, things to teach you and work your brain on how to make money in the stock market. That's what kept me from it. I didn't have mentors like this. That's what took me so long to get into it. So I'm telling you, if you ever want to get into it, you got great people over there. Look how they supporting me here.
You
If
know
that
what
doesn't
else?
tell you, that's
Just
awesome,
from
man.
being an
I
observer
would
on the
love to get the J Crew over in ADT. That would be amazing. All of us over there making money and then coming and talking about reality. And then we could slide in, oh, how much you make on Tesla today? Oh my God. It'll be fun. Come on over. Coach said he'll give you a free month. Just tell him I sent you. Welcome, Lolo. Good to see you, brother. I'm so glad to see you.
Welcome. I was going to say too, I think when you said about supporting you, also to learn from, let's say something happens and you want to know why that
Yeah.
happened or why you might have lost money or how could you have done it differently. They're also there, which is how we all learn from our mistakes. So like that's a cool thing that I just watch everyone. Like I walk by and observe
She
sometimes
hears
while
all
I'm
the stuff.
to the bathroom and I'll come out and hear the office like, oh, that sounds like a good
Half
fun
the
thing.
time I have it going, or I have the Zoom call going on my phone and my computer. I'll come in here and I'll take it off the phone because I'll have the headset on because she works. So I don't want her to hear the phone all the time. So she works at her desk, and I'll have my Bluetooth headset on walking around with the Zoom call in my ear. And then when I come here in my office, I take that off and I've got it going on the computer.
You're
So, and then
always
if I
connected.
leave again, I got it back on my headset. So it's like literally attached to me all day long, the Zoom call. And
So
she'll
that's
hear
great.
it.
Thanks. We love you, fam. Well, thank you guys for being so
Love you
good to
guys.
them.
Sheila, don't talk to them. Don't look at
Oh,
them.
okay, that's right. I'll be covering my head with the hijab.
But the hijab, I want you covered
I
up.
want to quit my hijab. Hurry up and be a
My hijab.
millionaire.
Oh my God, man. Um, but yeah, Jen, thank you again, because it is, you working and things like that, and me with the eyesight and, getting the check and not having to work, that I have time to be able to do that and learn it. So trust you me, I got you.
Thank you
I
for your
got
hard
you.
work.
We get the millions. I got you. We going on vacay, babe. We going on vacay. We going to hit Nana
I'll put
up,
the
and we
drug
going on a
money till then.
cruise. We are going on a cruise. We ADT. That would be so cool.
You
They're
can
talking
tell
about
I'm
doing that.
like feeling it in my eyes too, being on there all day, like on these computers.
Yeah, we're gonna go through these last few and wrap it up because
I'm
it's
gonna
time to get
love
sleep.
that.
So I can get to the morning meeting on time.
What did you just promise now? You're taking us on a what? A vacation? What was that?
Yeah, ADT cruise.
I
You know
like
what
it.
I mean? But yeah, so where were we?
Buddha said, "Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe to become a member of the J Crew, y'all." Thank you, Buddha.
Best moderator on YouTube. Thank you, Buddha. Love you, girl. Thank you for doing that. Lola, don't forget to hit the like button, bro.
Lolo knows that, right?
Lolo, we could come over here and do some live streams, man, if you ever want to do that. Okay, I'm telling you, we can do a dream stream and get some people over here. We'll get you up on the panel and just talk about stocks. We can do that. Let me know if you ever want to do that, and I will fire up the restream and we can come over here and do a couple of live YouTubes, dude. I'm telling you, people would love for you to come up here on the panel and teach them some stuff. So let me know. We can do that. I'm sure Coach would love that because that's pushing his content even more. You know what I mean? And trying to get people in the group. So
with real life stories. And like you want I forget, Lolo said it's the first thing he did was hit the like button, and he's ready. Let's do it for the
nice
dream stream. That's a cool name.
I got tons of ideas, man. Yeah, let's do it. So we'll definitely talk about that. But where are we? So Gabe, and we finished up with Gabe. We finished up with Mahmoud. I don't know. We're going to probably finish that next week because Mahmoud comes back with a vengeance. He comes back with a vengeance saying, I want to speak to that asshole.
Wow, I didn't. Okay. I totally need to watch that. If we don't watch anything else of that, I need to watch the previews.
Yeah, because apparently Mahmoud comes back, puts the headset back on. He's like, I want to speak to that asshole. Like
wow.
He is.
I guess he didn't calm himself. He's got worse.
Yeah, this was a beautiful wedding between Gabe and Isabel. I loved the wedding between Gabe and Isabel because, you could see that they were very happy. Whereas I think this might be it. Nope. I think I found it. Nope. I'm bad as coach now with the odds. I'm worse than coach. Oh, okay. There it is. Okay, so this was a beautiful day. Mom, I love that Mom, and we were saying this on the stream last week, that why didn't his mother get in his ass and say, come on, you got a wedding to be to? And she did. Of course, they didn't show it to us last week, but apparently Mom was like, okay, come on. You ain't got time to worry about your sister. Let's go. It's time for you to get ready and go get married. And that's exactly what he did. And they looked good standing up there together. I was so proud of him putting that off to the side and said, hey, you know what? It's our day. It's not Monica's day. And I'm not going to let her have that much control and power. My priority needs to be my wedding and how my bride to be is feeling in this moment, not my jealous ass sister. So I applaud Gabe. Gabe might be growing up a little bit.
I wish Mom had gotten to the sister, like to tell her what to, like, not tell her what to do, but give her some advice that, hey, this is a once in a lifetime thing. You are going to regret not coming to your brother's wedding over something silly.
Mom acts like she's scared of the sister. Why is everybody scared of the sister?
Monica, right? Like Monica from Friends was the same way. Dolly said their wedding was off the chain. Yeah,
I loved it.
Beautiful. She was a beautiful bride, and he looked really nice.
How about Isabel being quite the wedding planner? She put all that together in a matter of a month.
I know that might be like she might be leaving Gabe's business. Like, hey, I've got a new profession.
Yeah, she really put together a nice wedding, and the venue looked nice, and I mean, it was decorated and everything with it. Everybody's eating the food. I mean, she really put together a nice wedding. So that was pretty cool,
Buddha, I agree. Buddha said, I applaud Isabel because she handled it with class. I think she's handled the whole thing. And I think that was Monica's problem, that she was trying to cause drama and Isabel kind of won her over.
Yeah. And she didn't like that. So she had to come up with something else to be dramatic about.
That was my grandmother's name, Isabel, too.
I know.
So I like
It's
the
a
name.
beautiful name. Well, it's got beautiful in it. Bella, Isabella.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but that wedding turned out to be really good, despite the fact that Monica wasn't there. And you know what? I'm almost glad that she wasn't there, Jen, because had she been there, she would have found another thing to pick at and ruin the wedding.
Yeah, she probably would have done one of those speeches like a wedding singer.
Yep. Now, that's my brother. I got to be careful because that's my brother and I don't really know you. So please take care of my brother. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Go sit down somewhere. So, yeah, we would have definitely heard, she would have definitely made a scene at the wedding just to be seen, just to
She
be
made
seen
it
and
without
heard.
even going because it was all about her and had him crying and stuff.
Well, the cool thing is, he said, I'm just going to tell everybody she's sick. But see,
Mhm.
about that lying shit, stand up,
At
tell
least
them the
he told
truth. My
his
sister was
wife.
being an ass and she's not here. So let's move on. You know what I mean? So either way, I'm happy for them and I'm happy they decided to move on and not let Monica ruin their day. So that was a cool thing.
Gotta
Let me know what you
also,
guys think in the comments section.
I feel like realize that he needs to communicate with her because that was like I didn't like that he didn't. At first, I like thought that it was him not being mature enough to kind of be honest with her, and he was trying to handle it on his own instead of reaching out to her in his time of need. However, I thought it was really sweet when he said why he didn't, and he said, "I didn't want her to be worried about me." And not enjoying the wedding day or something like that. And I was like, oh, so he was doing that in the most unselfish way. That was pretty cool. Like, because we do that sometimes for each other, even though we're ultra honest. If it's something that's going to, be upsetting, there's a way that you have to, say it. And it's like, oh, I don't want you to worry about that, So
Right.
Buddha said, I remember dude's name from earlier, Dean. His brother was Tariq, who got married on 90 Day. Dean was
Right.
funny, but they split because of family issue, right? And I think they might, I feel like they might be talking again. Did I read that or are they still not?
We saw where didn't Sean Robinson try to make them speak?
Yeah.
She had them on what was one of those?
After the TellAll,
Bears All.
Bears All. That's what it
I
was.
think she had them on a Bears All where she asked them if you're okay, would you guys want to make up and apologize? And they kind of did, but I don't know. I wonder whatever happened with Tariq and Hazel.
I remember that one time when he went off at him. You need respect, fool. Remember that when he was at the
Respectful,
table
respect.
and his friend was looking at him like,
Like,
okay.
okay, that's a bit much, dude. But I think Hazel was into chicks and she just used him for a green card to get here.
And at least she figured that out about herself if she wasn't. But
Yeah.
I think
I
they're
think she
still
always
together,
knew.
aren't they?
Huh?
Are they still together? No.
That's my thing. I don't even know. We should look that up. Let me know next week if you guys find out if Tariq and Hazel are still together. We already know Dean and his wife ended up to be a better couple than Tariq and Hazel.
I like
Dean
them as
found
a couple.
success
They're
with it.
really cute
Yeah,
together.
because they're a pillow talk couple
And
too.
he's way more faithful and like in the relationship than I thought he would be. Like I
Yeah.
thought he was more like a player type dude. He actually really gets along with her and found where he felt like he was supposed to be. I think
Yep.
over here the reason he was acting like that is because he was unhappy.
Yeah, I do too. And he was jealous because Tariq found somebody. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So he found his woman and they're about to have a baby or have a second baby because don't they already have a kid?
Yep.
And I think they're having a second kid or
They
it
had
may have
more
already
during the
had it.
pandemic.
Yeah. So, and I think she's pregnant or has already had it again. But let's finish
It's
up
funny.
with Chris and Jamie. Chris and Jamie, wow. Wow. Woo!
I can't.
Okay, sleep with one eye open. She's lucky Chris didn't carve her up in her sleep. Chris is violent, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is
Can't believe
violent.
she put her hands on her and pushed her like that. And it's
Don't touch me.
it's crazy
Don't touch
what
me.
this girl
You
did.
can yell,
And
scream all you want. Don't put your hands on me. You know? And that I would have snatched her out of that van. I swear to God, don't you touch me. It's like, wait a minute, we were talking. We were simply having a conversation, discussing everything. Now, Jamie did kind of activate Chris when she started yelling and screaming at her, because Jamie got activated for whatever reason. I guess she wanted Chris to hear her, but she did start screaming at Chris, which set Chris off. But Chris's behavior all season long, I feel so, and you guys let me know what you did. I feel so bad for Jamie. Jamie has done nothing but be there for this woman.
She is a really good girl and was doing nothing but catering to her. Like, oh, you're sick, I'll help. You know, we don't have to go here or there. I'll help you get medicine. I'll bring the doctor over. Oh, you have to leave 300 times and make up excuses. That's okay. I'm okay. I'll be all right. And then I feel like Chris is making up lies to make her look bad in a sense. Like, I understand there was a whole thing with the money, but come on, still bringing up that $100 after you agreed to pay it and go own a business with her.
Right.
Like in that episode, you were not talking about that anymore. So that's behind us now. You're the one that left her there after telling her quit her job, we'll open a business together. Then all of a sudden now you send like 2 checks, and then now you're like, you're a gold digger and you're after me for money. And then you said it was about your son. And then here comes Jamie telling us now the son's thing was like months before that. It wasn't even had anything to do with it, which I believe
her birthday was months before he even got arrested. And how about her son getting arrested for what? Drugs. He's probably her pusher. He's probably the one supplying her with the painkillers. And he may have gone to jail because of dealing drugs to his own damn mother. That's why she had to stay home. She was on a guilt trip because she's probably the reason why he got in trouble for drugs.
The minute she found out she couldn't get that medication over there, and I feel like
she
Dawn,
jetted
you
home.
said this. You said she just went over there to get her stuff. She was waiting for a reason to blow up because it happened too quick. You got to admit, if you left for 5 months, you would let your wife kind of vent. You'd expect a little bit of, you know what, if you were supposed to come. It's like, let the girl vent and everything. Why are you being so like judgmental and mean? Like,
she didn't even give her an opportunity to tell her what the deal was.
She never even said she was sorry. She just like really didn't acknowledge her feelings. Even when they talked, when they were on 2 different countries, it was like she was just very cold. I was like, that doesn't look like Chris said, somebody who you just decided to spend your life with.
Yeah.
As tired as I am, that really got so much energy when I started talking about her because she really made me mad.
Wait a minute, where is, okay, that's Jen and Rishi. Where is,
I love your pictures, by the way. Thanks for putting these together for us so we can remember the scenes.
Not a problem. There's one of those looks from Gabe. Like, y'all crazy.
While you're looking for that, could I read Buddha's comment?
Please.
Chris is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for putting her hands
on
her. And she said, why didn't Chris research what job could she work over there? I feel like she wanted to cut corners, not learn the language, and get a business to do whatever. Yeah.
Yep. I totally and completely agree. And that color is not working for me, dude.
She looks even crazier.
That color is absolutely not working for me. And what is going on? Is it like blonde, red? Like, what is it? Chris is crazy and she's violent. The fact that she blew up at her like that and she shoved her out of the van, she didn't deserve that. She was asking you why you haven't been there in 5 months. And the whole $550 thing, you mean to tell me $150 is making or breaking the situation? You know, for her to keep bringing it up. I could see if it ended up being another $300 or $400. $150, that's what you keep bitching about. $150, really?
And she was
really, Chris?
probably picky about what she wanted in the apartment, so she was trying to match up Okay, so what if it was 150 more? Find another apartment and move out of it if it's that important to you. You agreed to pay it is the point. And she keeps changing her story. Like there's always a new excuse.
I think we all know what Chris's problem is, and and it ain't nothing nice. You know what I mean? Chris has got issues. So I'm not going to speculate anymore because I don't have any proof of those statements. So I'm not going to say for sure that she's on drugs. But,
Bless you.
Thank you. But she,
Is on drugs.
she has issues, that are consistent with somebody that, wants to basically get high or stay high on painkillers. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? The disappearing, who knows? She could be off binging. She might be on something stronger than painkillers. She might be doing heroin, anything. I don't know. So I don't want to get too deep into it because I don't have any proof of anything. And I don't want to, defame her character if I don't know her personally. So, but I just find it awfully strange that she disappears for long periods of time and doesn't communicate with the girl, doesn't even answer text messages. Either she's got a whole nother relationship going or something's not right. She's doing something that she has no business doing. That's why she doesn't want to communicate with her. And, hey, she did the right. Hey, get your shit and leave. Why are you putting her through this?
It's my problem.
Right.
Just say that you made a move too quickly and maybe you weren't ready and you don't. I am sorry. You're a good person, but I don't think this is going to work. Why push it like that and change the narrative over and over to make it look like she's doing her wrong when she's done nothing but cater to her, in my opinion.
And apparently she's gotten a job now. So that wasn't, you know what I mean? Like she just got a job. Yeah, but you wanted her to get one. She got one.
Budo said,
so stop your bitching.
Oh my gosh. Chris looked like she could play a wicked witch from Wizard of Oz. Don't y'all see that? I do.
I do.
And
I do.
Dolly said, someone said Chris's wife looks like her. Oh, okay, Dolly. And she said, look like, after, where did you say Michael Jackson?
Is it who said she looked like that? What's the name? Was that Shonda that said that? Oh my God! That said that.
You guys make it.
Oh my God! That Nicole looked like the Beatles.
I wish the live comments saved so I could go and read them when if I could deal with a weird customer and go ahead.
Shonda, are you the one that said Nicole looked like the Beatles? Because somebody said that and I was on the floor. Michael Jackson.
I love it. I remember the Beatles comment too. That was when she wore that button-up thing. Restream said, congratulations, you've received 100 messages. Nice. And Buddha said, say allegedly, JJ, LOL. Oh, like when you say that.
There you go. She is allegedly
use the sneeze.
on drugs. She is allegedly an addict.
Shonda Thank you, Buddha. Right, Buddha said.
Huh?
She said Shonda or Shay J to answer your question.
It was either Shonda or Shay J that said that she looked like the Beatles. I thought I was going to die. But yeah, what's up with the Michael Jackson outfit? She would even look more like him if she left her hair black or dark or whatever she had going on. Wait, hold on. I got to pull it back up. Michael Jackson.
Chris's wife was like MJ. Okay, right. I love that jacket that Michael Jackson. I had a big Michael Jackson poster on my wall.
I think we all did back in the day. Where is that?
I thought he only liked me. It does. I didn't catch it at first. Now it's so clear. We got the Wicked Witch of the Right. What is happening? Yeah, she definitely is like, I don't get you.
Does look like
you too. I can see her saying it.
Beat it! Beat it! Get out!
She comes out and moonwalks. I'm done.
I mean, that was so crazy because they literally had just got finished just like an hour before that, swimming and having a good time in the pool,
It was fake,
kissing,
though.
hugging. The night before, they probably did the damn thing. You know what I mean?
He did
So
that just to like play like she was in love with her, and I feel like she was waiting for a moment to blow up. Did you see how she was kind of like on edge waiting for it? Like, I know she's going to say something and this is my escape.
I said the other day, I hope she's hygienically correct. Is that why Chris all of a sudden switched up after they, because notice she started acting different like right after the night that they had sex.
But it
So I
also
don't know.
corresponded to when she started finding they didn't have her meet her needs.
Drug of choice? Okay, I'm sorry.
Buddha said all this traveling Chris has done. In the second tell-all, I better see her wearing a neck brace at the hotel.
Wait a minute.
And
Who
she's
said
sick
she
now.
jumped straight
Remember,
into the pool? There was another creator that said she jumped straight head first into the
I
pool.
saw it.
If you're worried about your neck, how are you doing things like that?
It's off and on sometimes. It's like
It's a lie.
She's hurt, next minute she's not. And it's like Gabe. What did Gabe say, Don? Can you repeat it? You always go with quotes. What did he say? I don't buy it. She's all like, one day. And Jamie said she didn't touch her. I didn't hear that part that night.
Oh, right. She did say that, didn't she?
Maybe you're right.
She said, my neck, my back, my neck, and my back. And she said, my neck, my back, whatever, from Friday. Remember the movie Friday? My neck, my back, my neck, and my back.
Right. I haven't seen
But
that.
yeah, she.
Auntie said, oh, okay.
Who?
Auntie, she said. Jamie said she didn't touch her.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. I think Chris came there, guys, with the agenda of leaving.
Yes.
She came there to get her shit and roll out because mom clued us in on it. She said, what do you think she'd say if you just went there and her mother said something like that. That's how I knew that ultimately that was it. She either put that idea in her head or she already planned on doing that anyway. Chris was done with this. She tried to back out of getting married to the girl.
Right.
I got a court date all of a sudden right before the wedding. Come on, dude.
She's been trying to get out of it, to your point, ever since the whole thing started. First, was that the first thing, the court date?
Yeah.
Okay. And
listen, I might have to leave. And look how long she stayed. They were supposed to get married. You think she would have even come back? She would have stayed 5 months then.
When was it? How long was it that time? I forget. 3?
She stayed away 5 months, but that was the only time she left.
Oh, but she had mentioned leaving. I feel
talking about a court date, and I'll only be gone for like a week or 2. She was trying to roll out then.
But something happened, and then she said that she could change it to that she didn't have to go. Remember, wasn't the court date when she didn't have to go? And then she came up with another reason to go.
Yeah, she came up with the bank statements.
Right.
And her money wasn't right. You know what I mean? And yeah, she said she had to be there for a court date about somebody stealing her dad's bike.
Yeah, that was all the money she had.
That was all BS. She was looking to hopefully get some money out of that. That was all BS. And when Jamie called her on it, she's like, okay, well, yeah, I guess I don't have to go. She made such a big stink about it that Chris ended up changing the plans. But the only reason Chris even came back was to get her shit.
Exactly. Because she knew she wasn't going to ship all that there, not in the same condition. She probably can't ship half of it. She's got concealed weapons and stuff.
Yep. How about this? I'm done.
Like, you've been done.
You only worried about yourself. I'm done. I'm sorry to raise my voice, but I am done. You've been done.
She got the rest of that money for being on there every episode, but took half the time and spent it here, so she wasn't even there. It might have been for money because
she might have allegedly spent it on drugs, but
right.
Either way, You know, that may have been why she even went on the show to begin with. But
And
somebody was right. She came off really laid back and carefree and bubbly. And
yeah. Wasn't
what
she
happened to that
wearing wings
press?
or something flying
Yes.
around her yard? That
Yes.
that same intense person that needs weapons. What in the world? Who is this lady? The poor
Yeah.
Jamie. And I was wondering if oh, well, did we talk about this? What was I gonna say about
Dude, that person who shoved that girl out of the van, who's been so intense these past few weeks, can you even picture her doing something like that?
no? So
Putting
she
on a fairy costume, but apparently she's got that side because she said her and Jamie dressed up in animal onesies and were dancing around the apartment. So she's got a goofy
she's
side to
got a
her.
playful side, right?
Yeah.
I I
So
was thinking too. It's not even like some of the stuff she's come up with just comes out of nowhere. Like it's not like Jamie even knew something that major, that a bike got stolen that was 50,000, that was your dad's, and it was, sentimental. She never heard anything about it, and all of a sudden, oh, there's this big court date that I have to be at.
that's
Then
that
there's,
drug,
how did she
allegedly.
you don't have to go all the way home if your card is, you didn't report to the bank like that you were going out of the country, or even if you did have charges out of the country, they don't just shut it down and make you come home from another country. There's got to be a
Dude.
verification. It's such stories.
It's
um
so crazy. We all have been coming here every Tuesday. I go meet with people every day who I've never met before in my life, and I feel like they're a family, and all of us are a family. And none of us have ever actually even met. We live in a world now where you don't have to physically be somewhere to take care of something or to do something.
except for the DMV sometimes.
So she is completely full of shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, banks of all things, you don't have to physically be there anymore. What about Cash App? What about I I bank with XYZ bank, and I've never been to one of those branches. You see what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So I've never been to the bank that I
Because
use.
she don't want to tell me her Swiss account. It's all that stock money I bet you're making. Buddha said she's saying
It's
her
called online banking.
bike court
It's a real thing.
that she couldn't get there met. Oh, okay. She's saying her court date, she couldn't get her meds. Her money was funny from the bank. She stayed longer. Then her son allegedly got in trouble for taking
Drugs.
tall taking the tall man. I don't think it was only the son messing with the tall man allegedly. Right.
What?
Are you saying that I don't think it was just her son messing with the drugs? I think she's saying what you're saying. Maybe they were
Yeah.
both messing with them. And I think that, yeah, she's just, you can tell. I think sometimes even she sounds on drugs.
Yeah. Yeah.
When she was
She
talking to her
gets kind of
mother.
she seemed like she was a little lethargic. Her daughter looked like she might dabble in something too. But I don't know. I don't know. Chris is out there, and anybody who watched this season would be stupid to get in a relationship with her because she clearly has issues. You know what I mean? She clearly has issues, and she has violent tendencies. So that does not make a nice cocktail. Okay, that's definitely somebody you want to stay away from.
Exactly. And
But
she
here's
can't
my thing.
bamboozle them with the nice, flighty girl because they've seen the other side now.
Yep,
Oh, she doesn't use the term YouTube because of YouTube. That's what she was saying.
gotcha.
We're just blurting it all out up here. I'm
I
new.
know, I know. I'm so politically incorrect. I'm sorry. Drugs. But anyway, yeah, it's. I can't wait to see the. I wonder if they're gonna do 5 tell-alls again. What
Right?
is up with
I
that?
was
They
so
have like 5
shocked that there
tell-alls.
was a tell-all.
Yeah, yeah. They literally cut the episode in half, and the last half of the episode was the first part of the tell-all. So that was really cool. That was a nice little surprise. But yeah, man. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens next week. They have got. I guess what I'll do is I'll probably watch the tell all, but maybe switch over to Love in Paradise and start seeing what's happening with that and start reviewing that, because I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Juan and Jessica
Yeah.
and Valentine and Carlos and Lydia and Scott, I think his name is. So, and also the doctor lady and her man. So I'm curious. I'm kind of vested. We've been watching enough of the episodes now um, to kind of follow and get in there. And then they've got the new ultimatum season coming up. So I'm definitely going to be reviewing that. So you guys, if you have any other suggestions, put them in the comment section. But thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me on yet again another Takeover Tuesday. Thank you, sweetie, for being here with me and always reading the comments and helping out with that. And Buddha, thank you for being one of the best moderators on YouTube and always reminding everybody to smash that like button and subscribe, because we want to try to get to what? 15K.
Woo!
Try to get to 15K. We can do it. We can do it. We are at about 1,200 subscribers right now. So it is certainly possible. But I want to thank all of you guys. Shay, thank you, baby. Thank you, Renee Revelinsky, wherever you are. Thank you, Dolly Bush. Thank you, Buddha. Thank you, Vegan Knowledge. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us, Eric Smoto and Lolo. And anybody else who's watching, thank you for being here. If you're catching us on the replay game, thank you for catching us on the replay game. Make sure you leave a comment and smash the like button on your way out. And smash the like button if you're reading it on the replay game. But other than that, guys, we're going to wrap it up and call it another successful Takeover Tuesday. Take care of each other this week and yourselves. And please have a good week. Please have a good weekend.
I love Takeover Tuesday. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you. I love the conversation with Buddha and Dolly and Chanda and Renee usually is here, and everybody, Janetta, KT, Janetta. Wait, I already said Janetta. I was thinking there was one more person. And thank you to the ADT family for being so good, and to Dawn and for being such a supportive group. And I will thank you all, and thanks to Eric and Lolo. Is that who was here tonight? No, yeah, that was Lolo. I was trying to say the real name. I was like, wait, it's all one. That was one person. I was thinking it was three. I was like, wait, I don't remember picturing Lolo, but this is so fun. Thank you for having me.
Lolo in the morning.
Portuguese. See you tomorrow. That's who's usually here. I was thinking of somebody else's name, right? Thank you. Thank you. Have a good evening. You too, Dolly.
Everybody have a good night. And I will catch y'all same time next week.